Bunch of haters. Haters. How you guys doing? Hey, what's up, Jay? How you guys doing tonight? I almost fell asleep on you. A rally though. Hey, Samantha. What's up with you? How's life? Yeah. What's this picture of? Machu Picchu, Peru. That's crazy. I'm doing pretty well. I almost fell asleep on you tonight. So able to fight it. Get up. Hop on for a little bit. See how life is going for everyone. Equipment. Wow, that is expensive. $650. That's a hard price to justify. You know? You know? Hey, take it on down a notch. Hey, hello. I don't know why Google Maps is so bad over here. Oh. $500, huh? You're right. What are you up to tonight? You want to know about me? What do you want to know? Huh? What would you like to know? Anything crazy? My knee's killing me. Oh, I'd be working out. Over 55, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hey, you broke me. Anything I would like to share? I don't know. Yeah, what should I do for Father's Day? What do you think I should do for Father's Day? Tell you something that would surprise you? I'm really an alien. You didn't know that, did you? It's true. It's true. I'm actually an alien. Your kid should take you out. Yeah, they're little though. The King, Jason Jones. What's up? What's up, dudes? What's up, kitty cats? Storage. Tool bag with 16 pockets. Hmm. Utility trailer. What? Portable power cleaner. Oh, that's sick. I kind of like that. Lightweight foldable solar panel. Hey, you broke up with me. I need a nail gun. Master hauler. I need a nail gun. Shop by department. I don't know why it still this on TikTok. It's sad. I don't think I'm sad. Nice. Oh, you can't add this cart? Why not? What do you mean in store only? Makes no sense. Hey, you go. Hmm. Dual port charger, have that. Shop vacuums. What did that fall under? Hey, you broke up. Shop off. Pulse ant. Pulse saw. Kinda want the chainsaw. Kinda want the cordless, the battery powered chainsaw. Would be pretty cool to have. Oh wow, that's cool. Whoa. Down a notch. "24-inch tool bag with 16 pockets." Probably would be bad to have. Do we need the fan? I don't really think so. Mm. Compact reciprocating saw. Laser level tripod. Drywall cutout tool. You got everything. Anybody liking you, watch? What is the difference between these shop vacs? What is the difference? Huh? Someone tell me. One has wheels and one doesn't? Oh, this one's bigger. That's why it has wheels. I don't know if I want a bigger one.
Introducing the Bauer 20-volt, 3.5-gallon wet-dry shop vac. This ultra-lightweight portable shop vac is a part of the Bauer 20-volt family of tools. It comes equipped with a detachable 6-foot kink-free hose, a crevice tool, a gulper nozzle, and a washable and reusable air filter. This portability and convenience doesn't mean you have to give up on performance. With the recommended Bauer 20-volt 5-amp-hour battery, this vacuum is more than capable of cleaning up messes you may have around the shop, house, car, or just about anywhere else. Dirt and debris are a breeze. Plus, move the hose and this vacuum becomes a portable blower. And of course, liquids are no problem for this vacuum too. The Bauer 20-volt, 3.5-gallon portable shop vac is ready to take on spills and messes wherever they are. Get this or any of the large and growing family of Bauer 20-volt tools at your
One doesn't have video. Oh. And Thackeray. Yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Bed video good, but full body no looking no enjoy. Alright, jeez, dude. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I think you're just being a hater.
Guess your math wasn't mathing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Clearly. Should have called him Pawpaw.
That's true. Each one of these are about 5 foot.
Yeah.
Maybe about 10 more pieces. Think it'd be close with 8.
$1 million subscribers on YouTube. Jeez. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Standing on the biggest stage in 1v1 basketball history. Tomorrow, Michael Beasley takes on Lance Stevenson for a...
Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley.
Man.
Meets after a long day repping a 10K attorney. Look at you.
Man, this guy has tons of followers.
DeMarcus Cousins at the park.
Manu.
Slide over. All right, coach. How you feeling? I love the fit. Let's go. Here. You can just interview yourself. You're the man in charge.
All right, listen. The only thing that I have to worry about today is coaching against Manu Ginobili. That's my only thing. All right. What up, y'all? I'm in Cleveland right now with the NBA road trip. Jones 6 gonna be here early. You hear me? Jones 6? Hey, they gonna get next chapter.
Man. $500. Was it 500,000 for one?
Introducing
A player who I think was born a little too soon will be an all-star in today's game, Larry Nance. Larry Nance was 6'10", 225, catch everything in the air, dunk on you, man. Block shots. Prime Larry Nance was 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game. In today's game, I think he just
a lot of people might, like I said, do bench press, one workout, go 4 plates and be like, oh yeah, next chest workout comes, oh, I'm a little bit sore still. You know, you're warming up, you get to 2.5 and you're like, oh, get the 3 and you're starting to struggle. But in their mind, they're like, I did 4 last time, I'm going to do 4 again. But if you're struggling on 3, that means you're not recovered enough or your muscles are just still broken down a bit. So don't try and push 4. It's your body saying, listen, you try and go 4 when you're like that, you're going to tear something. So you really got to listen to your body as well. A lot of people might.
In the house, clear the drawers, mop the floor, stand tall, like no one's ever been here before or at all. And don't you mention all the end shit that are scraped on the door frame.
Max, you still hoop? They want to know if you still hoop, man. Can you still put the ball in the basket?
I shoot jumpers with your ass. I just shoot jumpers.
Shoot your balls out all day.
No, just jumpers.
That's it.
Nah, I just look like I do that shit.
Yeah, you still can shoot that thing, man.
Oh, like
ride the bike,
like
yeah.
ride the motherfucking bike.
Max, you still hoop? They want to know if you still.
Tell us why you think you deserve parole.
Hey, if you're gonna give it to me, give it to me. Don't let us go back.
I'm not here to debate with y'all.
I remember when we traded Rudy, Cal was gonna get traded and I was gonna get traded because they was gonna blow it up, and at this time they was gonna tank for Wiggins. That was the whole plan. Everybody was screaming tank for Wiggins and everything, and you know we had like a week span of being on the road after we traded Rudy. In that week span, we just hooped. We beat everybody, top teams. I remember when we traded Rudy, Cal.
Here you go. Every one of you should get an Apple Watch. Every one of you deserves to know how special the Apple Watch makes you feel. It makes you feel so good. Get one. Seriously, get one. I'll be at my house. I haven't done anything for like 6 hours. I've done jack shit. I'm just sitting there. I've done nothing. I'm wearing my Apple Watch, right? And then I'll get up to get like a drink, and all of a sudden my Apple Watch will be like, I'm like, what the heck? It's like, you did it! You stood up! I'm like, hey! About time I get some goddamn respect in this house. Yeah, thank you, Apple Watch.
Did you used to have trouble sleeping when you're?
Oh yeah. Better get ready for shows and that. Well,
And how long would you sleep during the day or?
sometimes I take a nap, but then even during the day, sometimes you can take a nap and you wake up and you feel like dog shit.
Yeah.
Then where you wake up and you're just like, ugh. Sometimes you can wake up and feel refreshed. Other times you wake up and you can't wake up. You just feel like shit.
Moss always loved, kicking it back with myself when I was a rookie. And he always imitated me. Because I was big, I was goofy. And I'd be like, I always did that on the field. After a catch, I get up, like, I don't know. And Moss is like, man, I like how you do this, man. That's cool. Shit, how you do that. Like, I'm going to do that after I score a touchdown. We get to the game, he scores that touchdown, and he starts doing this. Like, he's like, yeah, he's being Gronk in the end zone. And I'm 21 years old. And this is
Randy Moss.
Frickin' Moss imitating me. Actually, never even shared that story with anyone.
Big bands, whoa, whoa, flex up, stretch out. Big bands, whoa, whoa, flex up, stretch out. Big bands, whoa, whoa, flex up, stretch out. Big bands, whoa, whoa, big bands.
If a guy's just hitting on a girl that you're with, she's got to handle that. If you have a hot girl, she has to police her own shit, because like guys are gonna hit on her regardless. Like, I don't care if you're like publicly married, guys are gonna try and hit on a hot girl. So if she's not capable of like policing her shit, you gotta find a new girl, right? Because like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna be like the guy that runs around like beating up every guy that hits her? And if a guy's disrespectful in front of me, then that's different. If a guy's just hitting on a girl that you're with, she's got to handle that. If you have a hot girl, she has to police her own shit, because like guys are gonna hit on her regardless. Like, I don't care if you're like publicly married, guys are gonna try and hit on a hot girl. So if she's not capable of like policing her shit, you gotta find a new girl, right? Because like
every night my husband and I take all the screens away from the kids.
oh my god. Woo!
Where do you feel that?
That's straight pin through my T-back on the.
Hey, we're gonna see if D-Luke can match my dunks. Let's get it, man. Low room grab. Two-hand back stretch.
Hey.
Woo.
He got some bounce. Let's see if he really got bounce. Off the vert. Oh! I ain't like a lot. Like you said. Off the glass. Can't get that. I'm gonna try Parker.
Woo.
Last one between the legs. This one's tough. If you got it between the legs, I'll be close. At least one of them. Come on! First try.
Oh man.
Hey, we're gonna see if D-Luke can match my dunks. Let's get it, man.
That gets up. Man, these guys like so many followers. They're just playing basketball. 1.56 million. Man.
Low room grab.
How does this guy have 400,000? Live every day on Twitch.
Oh yeah. Send it off. Okay. You go poster him? Turn me up now.
When you sprain your ankle,
We played Boston in the play.
You're waiting for your ATM pin code? No. Me. One thing a lot of people ask is
Attention.
When I was little, we didn't have no autism. We had no autism. We didn't have no.
Woo!
Swims, 4 to 5 is soccer, 5 to 6 is jiu-jitsu, 6 to 7 is baseball. By the time he comes home, he asks me questions the other night. He says, Daddy, do I have a busy schedule or just a normal schedule for all kids? Because when I talk to my friends, they don't have my schedule. Here's what I will tell you. You're a baby. I don't care what the Jones' schedule is. This is the David schedule. Even with parenting, you can do everything.
So I'm gonna tell you how I met you. Well, I didn't meet you. That's how I found out who you were. So we playing in Little Rock on the Hill, Arkansas. I remember that. Yeah, you should. You beat about 60. So we come on the court. We got a little reversible jersey, and you came on the court. You was like, Durov, we about to play. What the is this? I'm like, who was that? They like, hey, but that's Mike Biggs. He best player in the country. I was like, what's him? Coach I'm like, no, it's gonna be you. First play the game, you go through the lane, dunk it. It's fast forward. I meet him at ABCD camp. We on a plane. Paul, you got some big ass feet, but Nolan Smith's feet bigger than yours. We sit on a plane, and I look at. I'm like, this feet big as hell. You heard me. You like, yeah, got some big ass feet. Look at him, look dumb ass big ass feet. I ain't gonna lie, those look like 18, bro. It's not crazy. He like my height, bro. I was like, he can never be fresh, bro. Them big ass feet. So I'm gonna tell you how I met.
The Samba machine? Yeah, that's the video.
Never put the dirt back in. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see drainage contractors making. So we took all this dirt out. We put in a drainage system. None of that dirt's going back in. If you're putting the dirt back in, you're compromising all your hard work, all your money spent. So you fill the entire French drain with a good wash rock. There's no better drainage system than a gravel drain. So with the gravel coming right to the surface, and then this is just going to get burrito wrapped. It's known in the building industry as just giving it a burrito wrap. It's going to be 100% fully contained, so no contaminants can get in. It'll never need maintenance or cleaning. And then the sod will grow over this just fine as long as you take enough root. But never put dirt back in. When you excavate dirt, get it out of there. Never put the dirt back in.
Never. Right, sir.
my favorite thing to use is these latch screws. These right here are gonna be 6 inches. And the reason why I use these so much is only because I don't have to use pocket screws when I use them. And I also like to keep all my DIYs simple and quick to build. And once I had everything secured in place, I decided to stain the whole sofa before adding the crossboards. And this is gonna make everything easier because I won't have to deal with tight spaces. Majority of the time, adding these crossboards will be the final step, but I wanted to do something to really spice this sofa up. So stick around, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. So the thing I did to bring this sofa out was grab some rope that I had lying around, and I just wrapped it around the armrest. I believe it made it pop, and it gave it more of a store-bought feel, and I don't think anyone is ever gonna believe me when I say I built this set for only $60. So my favorite thing to use is these latch screws. These right here are gonna be 6 inches. And the reason why I use these so
It's the rhythm of the night. Oh. All right.
Well, I'm glad you're still here. Yes. I mean, those of us who know you and who followed you looked at our phones one morning in August, I think, and it was Pavel Durov disappears in France, arrested. And then heard from you for several days. I knew it was actually kind of a pivot point in the way I understand Europe, speaking for myself. So if you don't mind, I've done an interview since then. What happened that day? The events that it occurred last year.
August last year, I arrived in Paris, and I'm greeted in the airport by,
What were you doing here?
I just, for tourist purposes, I was just hanging around for a couple of days, and then I was supposed to go to Finland after. And I wasn't supposed to stay. There was no business meeting of any kind. And I was greeted by a policeman. They asked me certain questions, asked me to follow them.
Were you confused? Like, why are policemen meeting me in the airport?
Definitely. At first I thought there may be some additional security checks because of the Olympics, of the Paralympics, something's going on. Julia, my girlfriend, she was worried. She was asking me, is it all right? I said, it's all right.
It's France. It's fine.
Chris. And then they read me a list of charges, like 16 charges, all kinds of crimes. I was very confused at first because they have nothing to do with crime. I've never been convicted. But we're a company that is trying to comply with the best standards. And so at that moment, I realized that it's not something I did, it's something other people did using the app I created, Telegram, which is used by 1 billion people. So
Yes.
probably some people.
Do you know all of them, or?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
I try my best to meet more, but so yeah. And then I was put into a car and with a small motorcade with police cars with sirens, and which is funny because in the previous countries that I visited, I also was accompanied by motorcades because I was visiting the heads of states there. And here in France, there was certain consistency, so I was greeted in the same way, so to say.
Were you like texting?
I couldn't because they took my phone, and I wasn't
Like they
allowed.
immediately took your phone?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to contact anyone except for my assistant, who I asked to find me some lawyers and reach out to certain friends that I have and try to understand what was going on. And then I spent 4 days in police custody at the building in south of Paris that is, I think, run by the customs police officers, department, whatever. And there, I had to answer a lot of questions.
And you spent 4 days with no contact, no phone.
Yes.
In what kind of accommodations?
Was a seven square meter room or 70 square feet room. No windows, concrete block. Bed this narrow, no linen, no pillow, mattress this thin, like yoga mat this thin, 1 centimeter, half-inch, and that's it. And constantly blinking light, which was a bit annoying.
Locked door.
The door was very securely locked, I must say.
So you're in a cell.
Yes, it was a solitary cell, so to say. There were no other people there.
So they put you in solitary confinement.
You could say that, yes.
Well, sounds like that's what it is.
Well, it wasn't a prison or jail. It was.
Well, if there's a locked door, no pillow.
Yeah, but legally speaking, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Legally speaking, legally speaking, why were you being held against your will by the French government? Did you ever, in the first 4 days, did they make it clear to you?
So I understood that they were worried about the alleged lack of response from Telegram towards the judicial requests coming from France, which turned out to be not true because we've never received a single legally binding legal request coming from France. So I was even more confused. And I asked the French policeman, why haven't you been following the European law and serving your legal requests in the way prescribed by this law, right? It's defined by the Digital Services Act, and it's there. You can Google the process. You can read the privacy policy of Telegram. It's easily accessible on the website. So why didn't you do it? And they didn't answer, but thanks God they started to do it, and then they started to receive responses helping them to identify criminal suspects, meaning we would disclose IP address and phone number of people who were suspects in criminal investigations when we received court orders signed by a judge.
Right.
And this was something that we had in place since a year ago before that. So it's not something that the French have forced us to do. It's something that we already had in place. We had a company in Belgium processing these requests. Other countries have successfully been using this process, but somehow the French have ignored it completely. And this is why, I was very surprised. I can be doing this. Why? But this is the process.
And to be clear, I think this is like standard for social media companies. A company, whether it's Facebook or X or Snapchat or any of them, get a court order from a country in which they have users, and the court order says, we have reason to believe this person's a criminal, can we have the IP address? I think they all comply with that, correct?
Yes. Well, it's the DSA law. If you don't comply with it, you can be fined, you can be banned. Well, it's a question whether you want to continue providing your service in the European Union, but it only concerns the identification data, meaning IP address, and in some cases, phone number of the suspect. It has nothing to do with, for example, private messages of a person or other kinds of activity, which is much more protected and much more private. Even if we wanted to, we wouldn't be able to disclose this information.
Right.
But it's not required by the law.
Yes, but what you're describing is like the state of play across Europe anyway for all the companies.
Exactly.
So, but because this is like a normal thing that's already taken its process that everyone recognizes as an ongoing, you must be very confused as to why you're being held in this jail that they're not calling a jail. Were you confused? Like, were you worried?
It was very hard to.
I stepped off an airplane and a bunch of cops showed up, took my phone away and threw me in the back of a car and took me to a cell, even though they pretended it was not a jail, but wouldn't let me out and lock the door for 4 days without being able to contact my family. I'd be concerned. Were you concerned?
That was very surprising. I was shocked.
You're very diplomatic.
At first I thought there was some mistake. They got their own guy.
Yeah.
I thought they read the list of charges and they have nothing to do with these crimes. Like organized crime, selling drugs, all these things. Like, what do I have to do with that? then I realized it's serious because they're not letting me out. They keep keep me there in this.
Okay, then just for perspective, so you've got 1 billion users. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. You started the company, you own the company. It's a huge company. It's one of the biggest social media companies in the world. And so there's a process. So if they think the Telegram is doing something wrong, they send letters to your general counsel, or maybe get your phone number, which I'm sure they can pretty easily get. French intelligence, I'm sure, has everybody's phone number, and just call you and tell you, I've never heard of a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company getting arrested at the airport for on grounds like this.
Well, you're very right. It never happened before.
It's like completely
It's unprecedented.
outrageous.
It's unprecedented. Right?
Not
Never happened. So it's something that I think was very unnecessary. Because on top of what you just described, I'm also a French citizen. So
How did you wind up? Because you're not from France originally.
Yeah, I'm not from France originally, but I have certain ties to France, and I was awarded, so to say, this citizenship for using a specific process, which took several years. I didn't cut any corners. Like I had to pass the French exam test. Like I had to do certain things that you normally do.
Because you wanted to be a French citizen.
I wanted. I love the country. It's a great country. It's a great culture. Of course, these events are alarming, and that's why I think it makes sense to speak about them. The most interesting part of it is that every French citizen has his or her personal home address in the passport. So the authorities of France know very well how to reach out to this person. Like, if he's there or she's there. And on top of that, the consulate of France is located in the same building as the Telegram office in Dubai. So
The same building.
the same building. Like you
I've
remember,
been to the building.
you've been
It's
to
not a huge building.
sorry, not really, and it's just 2 floors below.
You're 2 floors from the French consulate.
We're 2 floors from the French consulate, and I was a frequent visitor to the consulate, and whenever any French agency, authority, or representative of France, of the government, wanted to see me, they had no issue whatsoever arranging such meetings. And these meetings took place. I was happy just to go 2 floors below my office and have a conversation or invite them to our office. So it's very, very strange what happened, because it could have been resolved by different means.
Well, obvious. They went way out of their way to humiliate you, to issue. They announced that they arrested you. I mean, you were not obviously scanning Google for news stories by yourself because you couldn't. But the rest of us were. And they announced we've arrested Pavel Durov and arms sales or drug sales or kitty porn or who knows, like horrible. It's like what? So they were trying to terrify you and humiliate you, obviously.
This is something that was also very unusual. So what my lawyers told me here in France, that normally the prosecutor's office is not that public. They're not issuing press statements every day, and they're not commenting on their investigations, which was not the case with me, where they were very active. Trying to
read it. Have you gone back? So you were, of course, you were locked up and you couldn't read the coverage. But have you gone back and read it for those 4 days when you were being held?
When I was in police custody, I heard from one of the policemen. He told me every newspaper in the world is covering this.
Everyone. Seems like it'd be a good book. Oh. All right, I gotta hit the hay. Good night, everyone. Good night.